Ever wondered how a community living without modern technology manages to create some of the most durable and beloved household items? In today's video, we're pulling back the curtain on the fascinating world of the Amish to reveal the 4 everyday essentials they insist on making themselves, entirely by hand. From time-tested craftsmanship to ingenious ways of working off-grid, each item reflects both a deep commitment to tradition and a surprising level of practicality. Number 1. Quilts. Amish communities place immense cultural and practical value on quilt making, and this tradition has persisted for centuries with remarkable consistency. In many Amish circles, quilting is not merely a pastime, but an essential home-based craft that involves the entire family or small groups within the settlement. Contrary to mass-produced blankets or factory-stitched bedding, Amish quilts typically feature intricate geometric patterns, meticulously sewn motifs, and color choices that reflect each group's personal preferences while still respecting long-standing norms of modesty. Some Old Order Amish groups gravitate toward muted shades, such as deep blues, purples, and browns, maintaining a conservative approach that mirrors their traditional clothing styles. Meanwhile, more progressive Amish affiliations sometimes embrace a wider range of colors, though they still avoid flamboyance. The cotton fabrics used in quilt making are often purchased in bulk, but the stitching is always accomplished by hand or with non-electric treadle sewing machines. Each quilt can require dozens of hours of labor, with some complex designs demanding even longer to complete. Skilled quilters prioritize uniformity in their stitching, emphasizing that consistent spacing is crucial for producing a durable piece that can withstand repeated washing and everyday use. It is common for mothers, daughters, grandmothers, and close friends to gather around a large quilting frame for communal stitching sessions, sharing practical advice while continuing to refine timeless designs. The sense of unity extends beyond the household. Auctions within Amish communities often feature quilts as major draws, attracting buyers from outside areas who appreciate the craftsmanship. Despite the seeming simplicity of the lifestyle, Amish quilters constantly update their repertoire with new patterns collected through extended family networks or gleaned from older references. Some families maintain generational pattern books documenting decades of quilt designs, forging a tangible link between the past and present. Although they remain dedicated to manual creation, these artisans aren't static. Many follow creative trends that preserve the quilt's functional role as bedding while introducing subtle innovations, such as creative border stitches or symmetrical motifs that balance older styles with a slightly modern flair. The result is a uniquely Amish product, intended both as a daily home furnishing and a testament to intergenerational knowledge. In addition, quilts serve social functions beyond mere warmth or decor. Amish youth may receive a special quilt upon entering adulthood or marrying, symbolizing comfort and continuity during life transitions. Larger quilts, sometimes known as friendship quilts, might incorporate small embroidered names of community members, underscoring the collective nature of Amish life. Although some non-Amish individuals purchase these quilts purely for decorative displays or as collectible art, within the Amish community, their purpose is both aesthetic and deeply practical. Quilts maintain a certain aura of tradition, connecting younger family members with cherished family stories each time they fold or mend an heirloom quilt. The practice of reusing fabric scraps from worn clothing or repurposing leftover material from another project also illustrates the frugal mindset prevalent in many Amish settlements. Nothing goes to waste, and every piece of cloth can find its place in the carefully pieced patchwork. This ensures the continuity of a craft that not only showcases technical skill and creativity, but also reveals the broader Amish commitment to resourcefulness, humility, and cooperative effort. Number 2. Baked goods. Homemade baked goods form a core aspect of Amish culinary identity, reflecting the off-grid living principles prevalent in Amish communities. While technological shortcuts exist in the modern world, the Amish generally adhere to time-honored methods that often involve manual labor, wood-burning stoves, or gas-powered ovens that do not rely on public electricity. Amish families bake a broad variety of breads, pies, cakes, cookies, and other pastries, each shaped by time-tested recipes passed down through generations. White bread and wheat bread tend to be staples, but variations may incorporate ingredients like oats or molasses for added sweetness and nutrition. Since many Amish groups place significant emphasis on agricultural self-sufficiency, flour is sometimes purchased in bulk from local mills, which may be powered by diesel engines or water wheels. Once the dough is prepared, it's kneaded by hand to develop gluten and ensure a soft yet resilient texture. The rising process is carefully monitored without automated timers, emphasizing intuition and hands-on experience. To gauge when the dough is ready, bakers rely on touch, texture, and, in some cases, the surrounding temperature and humidity. This meticulous attention to detail extends to sweet treats like chouflé pie, a traditional dessert typically made with molasses, brown sugar, and a crumbly topping. Different Amish affiliations have slightly different takes on chouflé pie. Some prefer a wet-bottom version, where the molasses mixture remains gooey, while others create a firmer consistency. In either case, the resulting flavor reflects both the local ingredients available and the craftsmanship honed over many years. Church gatherings, barn raisings, and quilting bees often culminate in communal meals where baskets of homemade cookies, hand-rolled donuts, and fruit pies are shared freely. The sense of community is reinforced by these gatherings, as bakers exchange recipes and cooking tips while ensuring that nobody goes home hungry. In some districts, canning fruit fillings for pies is also common, ensuring that ingredients remain accessible even when fresh produce is not in season. The avoidance of commercial preservatives is a key part of Amish baking traditions, relying instead on techniques like precisely timed baking and immediate consumption to maintain freshness. When it comes to cakes, the signature Amish cake might involve a layered construction featuring homemade icing flavored with vanilla extracts derived from real vanilla beans, if available locally or from special suppliers. Birthday cakes, wedding cakes, and simpler snack cakes are all baked in much the same way, but each occasion might introduce slight changes in design or flavor profile to distinguish it from the everyday loaves of bread. Because many Amish homes do not rely on electric mixers, the mixing process for cake batter can be physically demanding. Yet, it's also an opportunity to involve multiple family members. Children might be assigned to stir vigorously, while older relatives measure out ingredients. This dynamic fosters a sense of unity and helps younger community members cultivate a strong work ethic from an early age. The hallmark of Amish baked goods remains their freshness, depth of flavor, and a clear commitment to time-tested cooking processes. Some Amish-run bakeries sell these handmade items to tourists or to nearby towns, providing a small source of income. However, even in commercial contexts, the guiding principle is that each product remains as close to homemade as possible, a testament to the unwavering emphasis on quality, simplicity, and genuine craftsmanship that permeates Amish culture. Number 3, furniture. One of the most recognized and sought-after Amish products is handmade wooden furniture. Whether it's a dining room set, a rocking chair, or bedroom furnishings, Amish craftsmen have gained a worldwide reputation for producing sturdy, elegant pieces without relying on assembly lines or mass production machinery. Instead, they typically use hand tools, pneumatic equipment powered by diesel compressors, or battery-operated devices charged off-grid. Hardwood varieties, such as oak, cherry, maple, and walnut, dominate Amish woodworking. This preference stems from a desire for quality materials that will endure. The selection process for lumber often involves strict oversight, with some communities cutting their own trees and milling the wood locally. This ensures a thorough knowledge of the timber's provenance and helps the craftsman anticipate potential issues like uneven grain or hidden knots. Once the lumber is shaped into boards, the pieces are planned and cut using precision-driven hand tools. The hallmark of Amish furniture lies in details like dovetail joints, mortise and tenon connections, and an overall absence of nails or screws in critical structural areas. These traditional joinery techniques guarantee a resilient build that can be handed down for multiple generations with only minor maintenance. Moreover, the finishing process rarely involves toxic chemicals. Many Amish artisans opt for natural oils or low VOC varnishes. The emphasis is placed on revealing the wood's innate beauty rather than burying it beneath heavy stains or elaborate ornamentation. Each craftsman typically specializes in certain designs, reflecting both personal skill and the demands of the local community. Classic mission or shaker styles remain popular, known for clean lines and minimalistic aesthetics that align with the Amish principle of avoiding ostentatious flair. Yet there is still variation. Some Amish furniture shops produce more ornate pieces with subtle carvings, while others remain rigorously simple, focusing on sheer functionality and quiet elegance. The communal nature of Amish life extends into workshop operations. One craftsman may handle the preliminary cuts, another might take charge of detailed carving, and a third might be responsible for final finishing. Young apprentices learn by observing masters at work, gradually developing the specialized knowledge to craft each piece from scratch. This mentorship system ensures continuity of tradition, fosters respect for older artisans, and strengthens intergenerational bonds. Since electricity from the grid is generally avoided, workshops may use alternative solutions such as hydraulic or pneumatic tools powered by compressed air. This approach aligns with Amish values of limiting reliance on external technologies and fosters creative solutions to modern manufacturing challenges. While some pieces are sold to local Amish families, others reach broader markets, attracting buyers who value handcrafted authenticity and longevity. Although the selling of furniture to outsiders can raise concerns about commercialization, many Amish communities consider it a practical way to support their self-sufficient lifestyle. The transaction allows for the continuation of craftsmanship while reinforcing the sense of independence from mainstream economic systems. Because every item is customized or built to order, the turnaround time can be lengthy, ranging from several weeks to months. But the wait is often considered worthwhile by those seeking durable, heirloom quality pieces. Limited batch sizes further enhance exclusivity, underscoring that each table or chair is the result of mindful labor rather than mass assembly lines. The demand for Amish furniture extends beyond the United States, with international buyers sometimes ordering through specific dealers who have established relationships with Amish workshops. This has introduced complex questions about how technology is integrated into communication for orders and shipping. Some Amish communities permit minimal computer use through non-Amish intermediaries, while others rely on phone calls or even fax machines run by community-friendly businesses. Despite these logistical complexities, the unwavering focus on craftsmanship remains the defining feature of every piece, offering an authentic reflection of off-grid living principles and a tangible example of what is possible when artistry meets functionality. Number 4. Canned goods. While many people associate the Amish with fresh produce and hearty meals, A lesser-known staple of Amish life is the extensive range of homemade canned foods, which often form the backbone of year-round meal planning. In communities that emphasize off-grid living, modern refrigeration may be limited or non-existent, thereby elevating the importance of preservation methods like canning. Everything from green beans, peaches, and applesauce to salsas, jams, and pickled vegetables can be sealed in glass jars to maintain a steady supply of nutritious food regardless of season. The canning process typically follows standardized safety practices gleaned from intergenerational knowledge, along with guidelines found in specialized Amish cookbooks or communal resources. Glass jars are washed and sterilized thoroughly, often boiled in large canning kettles to eliminate any potential contaminants. Produce selected for canning must be fresh, blemish-free, and washed meticulously to reduce the risk of spoilage. The sealing process relies on the classic canning lids that form a vacuum seal as the contents cool. This vacuum prevents bacterial growth and preserves the contents for months or even years. Certain Amish families may prefer water bath canning for high-acid foods like fruits and pickles, whereas low-acid vegetables like green beans and corn require pressure canning to reach safe internal temperatures. Wood burning or gas stoves power these canning methods, a distinctive practice in a world dominated by electric ranges. During harvest time, large canning efforts become community events. Families unite to wash, peel, chop, and sort produce. Jars are filled systematically, ensuring minimal air pockets and consistent headspace. The older generation shares tips on brine formulations, proper cooking times, and flavor combinations that have been tested across decades of practice. Meanwhile, children learn by participating in simpler tasks, gradually absorbing the intricacies of preservation so they can one day manage these tasks independently. Practicality lies at the heart of the Amish approach. Canning ensures that homes remain well-stocked, even when garden production ceases in cold weather. Jams and jellies provide spreads for homemade bread, pickles enhance humble meals, and canned peaches or pears add sweetness to winter diets lacking fresh fruits. Since many Amish do not shop frequently at large grocery chains, these home canned staples play an essential role in sustaining nutritional variety. Some communities also trade or sell home canned goods at local markets, raising funds for communal projects such as school maintenance or barn repairs. At these markets, visitors may discover unique items like corn relish, chow chow, a pickled relish made from various vegetables, or jam blends not commonly found in mainstream stores. Each jar represents several hours of preparation and a collective commitment to using natural, locally sourced ingredients. Another subtle but vital detail is the reliance on tried-and-true recipes that prioritize food safety. Botulism and other risks are well understood within the Amish community, prompting strict adherence to guidelines about acidity levels and processing times. Families often keep detailed records of each canning session, noting the date, the contents, and the method used. This log helps them track how long jars remain viable and ensures that older preserves are consumed first to maintain freshness. Pressure canners, although reliant on an external energy source, are typically powered by propane or natural gas setups that don't require electricity. Skilled practitioners closely monitor pressure gauges and regulators, demonstrating remarkable familiarity with the technical nuances of canning science. Any sign of an improperly sealed lid prompts immediate disposal of the contents, rather than risking contamination. Beyond fruits and vegetables, some Amish families also can homemade soups or stews, capturing entire meals in a single jar. In colder months, these ready-to-heat dinners simplify meal preparation for large families with multiple demands on their time. The jars line pantry shelves in a testament to careful planning, efficient resource usage, and the desire to remain prepared for unforeseen circumstances such as extreme weather events. As new cooking ideas enter Amish circles, sometimes shared through newspapers or gleaned from occasional contact with non-Amish neighbors, experienced canners adapt recipes. They maintain the essential safety standards, but occasionally incorporate new spice blends, types of peppers for salsa, or even alternative sweeteners like sorghum or honey to maintain variety. Though the Amish lifestyle is largely separate from many aspects of mainstream society, when it comes to canning, they demonstrate a subtle receptiveness to innovation, so long as it aligns with their overarching values of self-sufficiency and community cohesion. Those 4 items, quilts, baked goods, furniture, and canned goods, remain emblematic of Amish culture, each representing a blend of functionality, tradition, and artisan skill that has enabled Amish communities to thrive in relative isolation. By crafting these goods in-house, the Amish not only bypass reliance on mass-market manufacturing, but also preserve cherished techniques that form the backbone of their society. Every stitch in a quilt, every crumb of a homemade loaf, every piece of solid hardwood furniture, and every sealed jar of produce testifies to a meticulously nurtured heritage. From off-grid living adaptations that power sewing machines with foot pedals to repurposed materials that line canning shelves, these communities demonstrate that homemade, resourceful processes can perpetually meet everyday needs. Even as technology transforms life for many modern people, the Amish maintain these crafts through communal knowledge, ensuring their continuity for future generations. By upholding handmade standards for these 4 specific items, they model a way of living that resists the convenience of mass production and instead prioritizes shared labor, conscientious resource management, and the quiet pride of self-reliance. Through quilting circles, baking gatherings, workshop apprenticeships, and group canning sessions, Amish life showcases a cohesive approach to creating essential goods in a manner deeply rooted in tradition, yet adaptable enough to endure change. Their methods and final products illuminate a culture focused on practicality, humility, and a deeply embedded sense of community resilience, all of which are carried forward by each new generation that steps up to learn, innovate, and preserve the values at the heart of the Amish people.